Welcome to our topic, which is our hard talk, hard topic, hard truth. I am Takesha Romel. I am your trainer today, and we're going to talk about a really good topic. I'm super excited to talk about it, and it's how to master the art of knowing when to train, coach, correct, and then cut or terminate. It is a hard topic, something that I have had to figure out through my many years of being a leader. My business is now 7 years old. I'm laughing because it's sometimes hard to believe that I am absolutely here right now. 7 years into something, but it is something that I love. And it's also something that has not been easy for me. I am an introverted INTJ. And so, as a process person, not a people person, it's taken me a moment to figure out what I would call it. How am I going to manage people? And how am I going to manage it, how I should, and what are the things that I need to put in place, some guardrails that I need to put in place to make sure that my team members feel supported, feel respected, and everything. Again, I am Takesha Bromell, CEO of Girl Friday Business Solutions, in all things training as well. I love that. So I have the Girl Friday Business Solutions, but we also have Girl Friday Level Up Institute that we support our clients with in the training arena. So let's go ahead and get started. Like number one, when we're talking about like trying to figure out how to actually manage team members and deal with all the things that they're dealing with and be a leader in that, we have to make sure that we don't actually do this particular number one leadership mistake. And leaders don't fail because they don't act. They fail because they have major issues for sure, okay, but they misdiagnose. If you want to know more about this, I have a video. The link will be below, and it really tells you about how I misdiagnosed the situation. I went into a meeting not knowing if I needed to actually train the person, coach the person, if I needed to correct the person, or terminate. But I went into a meeting not having all of my wits around me, and it caused me some major issues. So if you want to know about this story of me misdiagnosing a situation in a meeting with a team member, please see the link below. It will be there below. But for us in this conversation, that's the biggest mistake is training when you should be coaching, coaching when you should be training. When you need to correct, do you have the systems in place to do that? If it's time to terminate, do you have all of the paperwork together? Do you know what you're doing and how to do it so that you can make sure that you can go into it with respect and have resolved that it was the right thing to do. So here's the trap, the wrong tool problem. And I've already talked about it. Is training attitude when you should be maybe coaching attitude? Coaching laziness when you probably, if it's lazy, maybe starting to do a corrective action and then correcting character flaws when maybe there should be something else that's going on, like you being able to figure out very easily what your stance is and where you should be, and making sure that you're collecting the data as you go is important for all people involved. I mean, like HR needs to know that you're doing that. We waste a lot of time not using the right tools. And then I think that for my team, we're starting to learn to fire more quickly. Like, yes, we want to go through the process with you. We want to figure it out, but we also want to figure out what we're doing so that we can make sure that we're making the right decisions and that we're not keeping you somewhere or keeping a team member somewhere where it's time to let go, right? And so you have to kind of go through sometimes the process more swiftly. And you need to also be able to figure out if that person is a person that is just dealing with a hard situation, but they can bounce back. So you're bringing accountability back into the mix. Or if it's something that's a little bit deeper than that, and they may need some help, like counseling or an organization that can do some counseling with them. And then the other thing is like, okay, if I don't move, if I don't do something, then how does that affect my other team members? Because it can affect morale. Other team members could leave because they are thinking that you're not able to be decisive. So this is about you figuring out how to be decisive and figuring out how to do the things that you need to do in order to move forward. Okay, so as we're talking about that, here's the cheat code. This is my leadership cheat code. And this is what I look at when I'm trying to figure out what to do. It is the cheat code. It's you looking at the skill versus will matrix. Is the person enthusiastic? Are they a star performer? Are they disengaged? There's something going on and they're unskilled. Are they capable but not motivated? Because whatever they are in the box of the things that they are, if they have the will and then they have the skill, then that's great. But if they don't have that, then it's something to look at as you're going through your process here. This matrix should be your guiding force in, okay, my person is enthusiastic, they are star quality, maybe they're just going through something. So maybe it's not about training, it may just be that we need to coach them. Okay, with a disengaged and unskilled person, I need to train them first. I need to give them all that and teach them and learn them, maybe assign them a mentor. And then if things are not going well and they're not moving, then that's something to think about. What if they're capable but unmotivated? That sounds like coaching to me. And those are the things that you need to kind of like look at as you're going through the process. This is the cheat code. If I'm having or working through any team member, I want to know that they have the will and that they have the skill. And if they don't, then it's on me as a leader to make sure that I'm getting them the things that they need to succeed, right? Okay, so low skill, high will, you need to train. High skill, high will, you just need to coach and be available and also help them maybe with finding resources that maybe it could be family issues or something else that's going on. There could be other things going on in the mix. High skill, low will. There is some correction there. So you know that they have all that they need to succeed. They know all the things, but they don't have the will to do it. That's a question to start thinking about. Do they need to be here? Are they like, is there a way to turn this around? And then if you're not able to turn it around, then what do you do? Okay, number four, low skill, low will. That is in the case of going through the process of determining if you've done all the things, you've done the training, you've tried to amplify them, you've tried to do the coaching as well. None of that work. You have paperwork to show that. You've done the corrective action, and then there's nothing that's actually making the glue stick. Then it's time to think about and make sure that all of your paperwork is ready for termination. So just understanding these tactical things will help you understand how to move forward with your team members. Okay, so then what is the hard truth? You can't coach laziness, okay? You can't train attitude and you can't correct character. So as you're going through your process of figuring out what to do with your team members, that is the hard truth that we have to deal with. And in some of these cases, it does lead to termination. Sorry to say it. Okay. So what is the master cheat code? It is where you're able to learn even more about this topic. Here's all the information that I've put together for you as you're going through your process of trying to figure out like what to do, or also how to train your team members or your leaders on things. Like number one, there is a link below where you can get a leadership checklist. I also have a training, or this training right here that you're watching. You can actually send that over to your other team members to actually watch. There's also a leadership action plan. There's a cost to that, and that's the link is below as well. And then, if that's not enough, there are multiple ways that you can connect with us to learn more. I can come out and do, or do online, a actual training and development with your or keynote with your team. We also have team members that can travel out or also do impact sessions that can be like a half hour. I'm sorry, 4 hours. That could be like a half day session with your team, or a full day session, which is like around 7 hours, and we can train your team members on this amazing topic. And then lastly, we can provide you with white label resources so that you can actually train this yourself if you're an HR professional or a trainer. So those are the ways that you can connect to this topic or any of the topics that we come along with in our hard topic or in our hard talk, hard topic, hard truth series, in the leadership code and our leadership cheat code, and how we would like to kind of like train and help you learn and accelerate you in your leadership role. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you so much for listening and joining. I hope that this was helpful in you learning a little bit better how to actually handle people. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.